Hey, this video is on child abuse. It's one thing that I have been passionate about for 3 years now, due to the case that I want to be I want to work into a childcare industry, and child abuse is a big thing. It's a big thing within childcare because so many people are getting abused, children under the age of 10, and it's absolutely unbelievable. Approximately 5 children every day die because of child abuse. 5 children today alone will die of child abuse. That is massive. 5 children die every day because of child abuse. Everywhere in the world. 5. 1 in 3 girls and 1 out of 5 boys will be sexually abused before they reach the age of 18. Now, that's bad. 1 in 3 and 1 in 5 will be sexually abused. Now, sexually abused children can understate physical scars and mental scars and emotional scars. It's really big. Sexual abuse is one of the most violent, abusive behaviour that's ever been on record. Children can die because of sexual abuse. Physical abuse, not so much, but they do. But sexual abuse is a big thing. Those children that get sexually abused and survive, I feel so sorry for those, because they might not even want a relationship with men. They might not even go. They might be afraid of men. I feel so sorry for those children. I really do. This is a big thing right now. 90% of children that get sexually abused know their predator, known as the person that's sexually abusing them. They normally know them in some shape or form. It might be a family member, it might be a friend, their parents' friends, or it could even be a complete stranger that they don't know. Or it could be their friends, mum's friends. Anyone that comes into contact with that child, they normally know who it is. So then they're more likely to go with them if they're under the age of 5, I think. But 68% of the abused children, the abuser is a family member. Now, I don't even know how people can do this within a family. Yes, sexually abused victims. Oh, God, sorry. Like I was saying, sexually abused victims are not always done by strangers or sex offenders, also known as strangers. They sometimes go deeper in. They're normally a family member. Now, this is where it gets tricky for people that are trying to protect these children, like social services and stuff. They need to look deeper in. It's normally a family member, and if they think that something is dodgy, they need to act on it. More and more children are getting abused, and less of them are getting protected. We need to figure out a way and make people more aware of the signs of child abuse. There's so many leaflets out there, so many adverts are trying to raise money to protect these children. think if it was your child, would you want that to happen to your child? And the answer would be probably no. So you need to help people recognise the signs of child abuse. Read up about it, read the statistics, facts, anything, so you've got a better understanding of child abuse, because this child abuse is unacceptable behaviour that the government are not letting go. In 2010, 1,537 children died of abuse or neglect in the UK alone. 79.4% were under the age of 4 and 47.7% were under the age of 1. They're too big. Those numbers are too big. 1 is over 0.5% of the children, and 1 is under, just under. Now they're too big. We want to reduce those. We are reducing them. Within the last 4 years of this has been neglected, but they're still too high. Abused and neglected. About 80% of 21-year-olds who were abused as children may characterize for at least one, they might get one psychological disorder. So they'll get a disorder where they probably won't even want to socialize at all. They might just cut themselves from the world, or even cut themselves off men, and when men walk past in the street they might keep their distance, so to speak. Oh god, I'm so tired. 14% of all men and 36% of all women in prison were abused as children. So many people are abused and they still go on, even into adulthood, but it's most likely done as children, and 14% of men and 36% of women in prison right now were abused as children. No, I'm not saying all of them were abused, I'm just saying most of the statistics are coming up as them being abused as children. Abused children are less likely to practice safe sex, putting them at greater risk for STDs. They're also 25% more likely to experience teenage pregnancy. We're not saying all abused children are less likely to practice safe sex. Some of them will, but most of them will not practice safe sex, which at greater risk of STDs, and they have to live with that. And 25% of the children that don't practice safe sex are more likely to experience teenage pregnancy, which we are trying we're trying to get across with sex education. We're trying to get across teenage pregnancy and how it is bad for teenagers to get pregnant under the age of 16. Even when you're 16, it's not good. I think that's too low to have sex. But you need to wait till you know that you're financially stable to bring up this kid throughout the years of its life. I mean, it's unacceptable how people can abuse children. And here are some pictures that will help you stop child abuse. And just think, if it's your child, would you want this to happen to them?